joining me on My Life on Paper. I am Brianna, and it is July, and we are playing along with Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, where we take a pin, excuse me, losing my voice, where we take a pin off of Pinterest that we've been saving and use it for inspiration. And this can be any kind of inspiration. So you're going to see my pin at the beginning. I'll have the sketch up in the corner, and the sketch is from last month from the 30 Days of Sketches with Chrissy's Beautiful Life. I'll have the playlist link below, but I was really drawn to the sketch because it's got the big photo. Mine's a little bit bigger. I was planning on 6x6 at Walgreens. You can print 8x8, and I went with it. And then these little photos over here. It also has that diagonal in the background. I am working with Magical Adventure by Echo Park. It is from 2016. So we've got the paper in the background. We've got our little photos. And from the same collection, it has little 2x2 cards. And I wasn't sure how to do this, if I would mat them or what. So I decided, this one's going to go on the bottom, that I'm going to go like this. And I am not going to do those straight on. I'm going to do kind of like overlapping. So that's going to look something like that. And then there's that stitching in the middle, which I thought I have stitching washi. I could use that. I have Disney washi, which I'm not, oh, right here. I call it Disney washi, but these are kind of to look like ears, and here's my Disney washi. But I used my Disney punch from Paper Shapers, and I made little Mickey heads. And because this is mini, I had a patterned paper where I could cut out, fussy cut, little bows for her head. So we've got that there. We got that there. We're going to tuck behind. I hope that's enough, but I mean, I could always cut more. And then one on the sticker sheet, there was one, so I just grabbed that. Why not? Make it easier, and I didn't know I would use it anywhere else. So I'm hoping this goes quickly together. The other thing is you could have done one piece of paper over here, different pattern paper on the other side, but I was afraid that was going to take away too much from the little Mickey heads, so that is not something I am doing. The other thing is, from the inspiration pin, there is a big Mickey head, and that's what I'm going to take from there. So let's get scrapping. I forgot to say that I'm also playing along with It's All About the Mouse. So might as well throw one more in there. This is where there's a group that scrapbooks their Disney photos, and the theme of this month is bling. So you'll see that at the end. Here I have mostly everything laid out. Before I glue my photo down, I want to make sure that it's where I want it, because everything else kind of revolves around that. Those mini ears it's important that they go in a kind of a diagonal line across the page. And so that then meant that I had the picture ended up where it was supposed to, where it did, so that everything else could fit in around that. And I snuck in those Mickey ears. Now the Mickey ears really are also where that star is from. The Say Cheese, the title comes from the pin that I had placed at the beginning of the video. So getting a little bit of everything in here. Use those two cute 2x2 photos and that cute heart from the 2x2 cards on the patterned paper. And here I am working hard not to cover up the Mickey ear on the left, that big red Mickey ear on the left, because I really want that definition of the ear and not that it's covering up. And then on the bottom, when I get to the bottom, I know the Mickey heads or mini heads, I don't want that to cover up a lot of the pictures either. So I put the photo on the bottom that I did because I knew those mini heads were kind of going to go up there. And see, this is where I'm like, ooh, I don't want to cover up Minnie the statue's head, but I want to give that the crease of the ear. So I think I accomplished both. There, I struggle. This was a really fast coming together layout with all the kind of the simplicity of it, so I did not speed up the video at all because of that. And there it goes. See, you can see the kind of the shape of the ear, and then on the bottom, in go the mini heads, where you can still see all of that picture on the bottom. It doesn't cover up anything important. And I had my ruler out at first, but I really just lined it up so that it makes sense, and it makes it look like it's going in a line across, or not really across the page, because it's, and I didn't want to tuck it under the photo either. So I still hope that it gives the illusion of like kind of that line across the page, because that's really where the inspiration came from, and I like the way it looks. And when you use a big photo like this, it really takes up a lot of real estate on the page where you don't need to do a lot of embellishing. So I'll get these mini heads glued down, and then I'll go to work on my title. And I did cut the Say Cheese from the Cricut. I like using titles that you can weld together so that you're not doing piece by piece, and you can do words all together. This chipboard set is from Echo Park. It's called, it's from the Remember the Magic collection, Chipboard Accents. And then I knew I wanted, because of the pin, I wanted to use a camera. And then the pin also had a heart next to the camera, but because of the red ears, I did not want to use a red heart. So then I went kind of looking for something different, and you'll see that in a moment. So I placed the Say Cheese down with the glue, and then I figure out how to place that camera. And down below you'll find a link to 30 Days of Sketches. You'll find a list of everyone that's playing along with It's All About the Mouse, and then you will also find a link to the Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, and I think that covered all of them for today. All right, so there goes the Say Cheese, and then the camera, and I again struggle where should I put this so that it looks good, and it ends up going up on top. I don't want to again cover the edges of the ears. I want to be able to see the definition of the Mickey ears. That's important. So I overlap the S and Say just a little bit. And then I thought, nope, I don't want to use that heart. How about a star? So I'm like, okay, this is the biggest yellow star there is. I punch it out, and I go to take it over by the Say Cheese, and I decide I don't want something yellow, because the Say Cheese is in yellow. And the other thing that bothers me, not that just yellow on yellow, they're two different yellows. Would it have worked? Absolutely yes, but just wasn't my favorite to go there. So I went searching for something else instead, and I kind of knew it right away when I took that star off and put it next to the Say Cheese. The camera does go down. Here's a little circle that has the castle on it in the light blue. I think it's perfect. So I add a little bit more liquid glue on there so that it's going to stay and not go anywhere. And then I put it back up by the camera. And then after that is when I go for the bling. And I go into my stash. I've got little boxes of bling, and these are kind of, they could look like raindrops, but they're nice and round and shiny, and I believe they're Paper Studio, and I stick one there, and then I move down to the right corner, and I thought, ooh, I'm going to put like a Mickey head right here. So I got a big one, and then two little ones for ears, and that makes me smile. So then I go over to the heart, and I do the same thing, and do a big one for the head and two little ones for Mickey ears. And so I've got 3 there, 3 in the right corner. So I go back up to my Say Cheese with the camera, and I add 2 more little blingy things right there. And that will be it. So make sure you check out everybody's that's participating down below. See if you can find somebody new to subscribe to. Thank you so much for all my subscribers. I'm getting close to that 500 mark. I can't wait to hit that. Very excited. Thank you for all the love. I love sharing with people and sharing my layouts and any tips and tricks I can pass along. And then I also learn from you guys as well. So keep your comments coming. I hope you have a fabulous day. Thank you for staying until the end. I will see you again soon for another video.